Hello, friends. Welcome back to the software engineering session. As we know that we have started our unit third, that is a principle that guides practice. Under the roof of these sections, we have already studied principle that guide process, principle that guide practice, and today I'm going to take a new topic that is a communication principles, which is most important while developing a software. You have to be a communicate with your customers or end user or stakeholders, those who are using a softwares. We should talk with them and for asking multiple questions regarding the requirements and requirement specifications, the core requirements and the related points or which functionality they are required. We have to know each and every point in depth. For that matter, we have to follow some communication principles. These principles help us to know everything about the domain, the customer which working in the part, or the which domain the customer is actually working. And it help us to know everything about the domain or the area where the customer is working, and the environment which is required to get into the software development. For that matter, communication is most important. Communications having multiple stages, likewise managerial communication, customer communication, stakeholder communication, end user communications, formal communication, verbal communication, informal communications. And through these communications way, or the this likewise we can say that it is just a feedback through which we can get requirements from the customer, and that requirements so we can adapt in your software to make a product more useful and valuable for the customer. So don't get wasted time. Let's move to the communication principles. As we know that communication is nothing but discussions about a product or the requirement to the customer. For that matter, the first principle is listen. Listen is a first principle, means you have to listen everyone telling you that multiple stories. You have to focus all the parts, all the stories, and just listen and listen and listen. Okay, try to focus on speaker words rather than formulating your response to those words. Just listen, grasp all the requirements, all the information, grab all the information, ask for a clarification of if something is unclear, but avoid constant interruptions. That means don't interrupt every time. Just go for listening. If any point is not that much clear, you can ask some point, but avoid constant interruptions. Never become a continuous in your words or action. Rolling your eyes or shaking your hands as a person is talking, don't do that. Just be constant. Just uh, be attentive or be listening what the end user is saying or asking for the requirements. Okay, second principle is prepare before you communicate. Prepare is nothing but a spend time to understand the problem before you meet with others. If necessary, do some research to understand business domain jargon. If you have any responsibility for conducting a meeting, prepare an agenda in advance for the meeting. Okay, prepare before you communicate is a simple that you should ready for the domain which you are asking for the question. You have to know some idea regarding the domain the customer is working in domain. If you have a responsibility for conducting a meeting, prepare agenda in advance for the meeting. Okay, be ready with your pen, paper, or notebooks, or you can take easily everything, write it down on your notebook. Also ask for the customer or end user before meeting with him regarding the agenda, so that you can prepare everything regarding the domain. Okay, that means you should be a prepare before communicate, so that your ideas will be enhanced while communicate with your customer or end user. The principle third, someone should facilitate the activities. Every communication meeting should have a leader, okay, to keep the conversation moving in a productive direction. Most of the time what happens, there are different communications, and while we communicate with the customer, the most of the important points that are neglected, just communicating while communicating. So don't do that. Don't forget the main points, or get to the point, which is the most important. Don't mumbled, or don't um, go the directions in a wrong way. Be careful before that. So that means there should be a leader who will communicate and move further on a productive directions, which requirements are most important. He should be focused on every point, or every communication point, to mediate any conflict that does occur, and to ensure that all the principles are followed. Okay, there should be a leader, or there should be a communicators who will not just forget to get, or don't he should not be neglected on some important points. That is the important goal. Okay. And the principle 4, focus face to face communication is best. Yes, of course, the face to face communication is best, because it is usually work better when some other representations of the relative information is present. For example, participants may create a drawing or a straw man documents that serves as a focus for discussion. Actually what happened, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही face to face communication करता, you can capture the his emotion, also his facial expression is the most important. That means it gives us a actual idea the which point is more important, and which can be a secondary. That will be useful, or you can ask, or you can discuss, or you can see the drawings and everything, the gestures of the customers, to get know about the importance of the requirements. Okay, to get to know. Next principle is take notes and document decisions. Yes, take notes. That means you should be ready with your pen and pencils, or pen and notebooks, so that each and every point should be noted on your notebook, so that you can specify which is the primary or a secondary requirements. So the core requirements is more important. So to get that on core requirements and hand it to a customer, that will be a more beneficial. And written notes are useful, rather than everything should be in your mind. Nothing will be the escape from your mind. That will be in on your paper, so that you can review all things after discussions or communication. That is most important part. Things have a way of falling into the cracks. Sometimes someone participating in the communication should serve as a recorder and write down all the important points and decisions that's required. So always while communicating with the customer, you have to be a prepare everything with you, either a recorder, either a pen or pencil, or whatever you need, notebook, notepads, or something which you can easily in take a notes on in your notebook. Okay, so take notes and document decisions. Okay, which document decision means the headings or the documents which they provide you, the writing materials, or the headings of the tables, or the all documents while they showing you that registers, that should be more useful for you for developing a and databases and other things. Okay, and the strive for the collaboration. Strive manje you have to be प्रयत्न करणे, that is
strive for the collaborations. Collaborations and consensus occurs when the collective knowledge of members of the team is used to describe product or a system functions or features. Each small collaboration serves to build trust among team members and create a common goal for team. After discussions or while discussing, you have to be focused on the goal. Collaboration is nothing but communicating with your colleagues or your team members or the customers. That should be collaborative communications. Collaborative it's combinations of all the things, small things, and so to build a trust. That is important. Each and every person who is working with you have a trust on you, as well as have a respect with you on you. That is an important part. Create a common goal, so it makes a goal, the whole team that is targeted on the goal, on the same goal. Okay. Stay focused, modularized your discussion. Yes, stay focused, as we discussed in previous principles. That is, stay focused, modularize your discussions. That means modularize means you have to classify into multiple parts so that it can be easily understood to the others also. And that when you classify your problems into a multiple section, it will becomes a small so easy to get built into the software. Okay, the more people involved in the any communications, and the more likely that discussions will bounce from one topic to next. The facilitators should keep the constant conversations modular, leaving one topic only after it has been resolved. However, see principle 9. Modulator means that means that facilitator is the leader, the whose main responsibility is before completing first module should not go to the other module, so that no one can get out of it from the first model. Each and every model should be understand to the customer, sorry, each and every model should be understand to the developer, so that he can easily get into the project. Okay. Next principle, that is, if something is unclear, draw a picture. Yes. If you don't understand any kind of requirements of the customer, you should clear it first through the drawing of pictures, creating a tables or ER diagram, DFDs. Lots of things are there available to understand each and every point. Verbal communications goes only for so far. A sketch or drawing can offer provide a clarity when words fails to do the job. Okay, you should prepare, or you should know everything about software, so that you can understand each and every point clearly. Okay. Before doing any research or any kind of informations, any working with a project, you have to clear each and every requirements. For that matter, you can draw pictures, sketches, tables, and multiple ways are there, so that you can understand each and every point. After that, you can go or move further. Okay. Next is a principle 9. Once you agree to something, move on. Yes, move on is a just phrase. If you understood, just move on. If you can't agree to something, just move on. If features or function is unclear and cannot be classified at that moment, just move on. Don't stop anywhere. You have to be a move. Okay. Even if you don't understand, even if you understand, even if some points are unclear to you, you can clear all these points later. Just go on and trying to solve the problems. After some kind of errors occurs, you can fix it later also. But don't waste your time to understand everything. You need not to be that. You just understand one module, and on that module you have to work. And after the completing of that module, you can move to the next module. Okay, that is the principle 9. The simple way, Just move on. Don't stop or don't stuck to any point. Communications, like any software engineering activities, takes time rather than iterating endlessly. The people who participating should recognize that many topics require discussions, and the moving on is something the best way to achieve the communication agility. Okay, if any kind of problem arises, you can ask, but don't stop. Don't waste your time. You have to work and work and work. Just move on and move on. Okay, next principle is negotiation is not a contest or a game. It's work best when both parties win. There's simple way. Don't argue with your don't try to cross your colleague or the managers or any kind of persons who is working with you. Don't negotiate with. Just negotiating that, discuss on that point and just decide one goal, and that goal should be achieved. That is the main goal. Okay, negotiation is not a contest or a game. Okay, it's not a constant contest or not a game that you won or other is lose. That is not be happen. Both are working together, so we have to take care each and every point, that the both should have a healthy discussion, and according to the your colleagues, or you just stay focused on the same goal and move on. Okay, there are many instances in which you and other stakeholders must negotiate functions and features, priorities and delivery dates. If team has a collaborative well, all parties have the common goal. Still, negotiations will demand compromise from all parties. Okay. So today we just understand what principles, or what are the different principles we should follow while communicating while communications. That is the main or first part of a software development. This all these principles all together I used to get the main requirement which customer required, and according to that require, you can create your functions or your the working product as per the, or a core product of the customer as per he required. I hope you understood everything. If any kind of problem is arises, you can comment in comment section, or if some points that which you are not understood, please write it down in comment section, so that I will get back to that point also. I hope. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.